Hi, welcome to my channel, Fun Speech Path. My name is Lena. I'm a pediatric speech language pathologist, and today's video I want to talk to you about object symbols. So an object symbol is just what it sounds like. It's an item that represents a specific object that a child typically requests pretty frequently. You want to use something that you know that they like, that they want, and plus it's the most functional, right? It's what you would be able to build a communication system off of. I would use this with a kiddo who isn't quite ready yet to match an object, say for example the cereal, to a picture representation of cereal. So for example here, this does not mean the same thing to them. It's a little too abstract for them, meaning it's not a clear representation. That, that picture that I just showed you, they're not able to equate breakfast time or meal time or that specific item that they love to have to eat. That does not represent that object, that item. This does. This is what they need. So we make object symbols by, this I just stuck a little piece of Velcro on the back, and that's something I can put up on the felt board if I need to. Or sometimes I might also have to use it at eye level if it's a child that I'm working on eye gaze with. They've shown me that they can with intentionality, they can communicate by looking towards the object to express their wants, their needs, right, in that moment. Or for a child who has some motor ability, but they're still not quite able to reach a far distance for them, reach their arm up and away from their body, but they can maybe tap on their tray. I would present the object symbols on their tray. Even though you can't see it, it'd be like this, closer to their body. So maybe they can just tap on it at a closer distance, right? However you need to adapt it, that's what you should do for that child. How do I make these symbols? So I talked to you about this one and this, for example. If you have a pack of chips that they are always asking for, if you have crackers or a granola bar, you can clean it out, of course. Either wash it or use an alcohol pad to swipe it through, make sure there's no remnants of any food left, and then take packing tape. Just cover it up and add the piece of Velcro. So you have your object symbol there ready. Let's see. So I talked to you about what they are, how you make them, who you use them with. Now, how do you work up from an object symbol to verbalizations, and why is that something that you would need to think about how to move up? Let me show you, because I already started. I started writing it out, and then I thought, okay, maybe this is something that I should do in real time. So the reason, again, that we're using object symbols is because it's more concrete for them. It actually represents the item that they typically request, that we're building their communication system off of, right? Say several items. I use food as an example the most because that's usually what we start off with, food and toys. It's the most functional for kiddos. That is really how they're going to express themselves the most, because they're hungry and they have fun. They want to play with items, right? So that's what you would want to start off your system with before going into the other daily routines. Because you also have to work on training them to show them that this is how you use your words or how you communicate. So going back here, this is like the levels of iconicity. Concrete is the actual object. That is a specific representation. An apple is an apple. That actual red fruit that you hold in your hand is the actual red fruit that you're holding in your hand, known as an apple. The most abstract would be something like words, because those are assigned meaning in different places. So for example, here we'll say apple, right? That represents that red fruit. In South America, it might be manzana if you're speaking Spanish. Go to India and it'll be seb. It'll be something different everywhere else. It's more abstract. It's not obvious You can't match those sounds to the object easily, right? So if you want to move them up, say you have a kiddo who's showing you that they're starting to match with puzzles, they're showing you that they can match some pictures to objects, or you've been working on it. So how do we work on that? I have my object here, and then I also have a photo symbol. That's the next step up. So let's write that here. Or I'll drop symbol, I won't write that. I think you get where I'm going, right? Then you have a photo. So you won't be using this, but you will print out a piece, and it's more flat. It's not 3D. They don't need that visual. Now they've shown you that they can, at least one or two objects, they can match by selecting or tapping on to this. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll put another piece of Velcro right here on the side, and we'll work on matching that flat 2D piece of photo symbol to this actual object. So they learn this item is this. They start to pair it. When we go up from a photo symbol, then you start getting into the picture symbols with either black and white or color. So it's getting more and more abstract as you go up. Okay? Will you always be able to work that way? You know, I'm not going to lie to you, no, it's not always possible, but sometimes you can. You'd be surprised, especially when you use items that are really motivating to them. You know, it doesn't hurt to try, if you can, to try to push them. And what I usually do also is I work on tactile cues just to see if I can get them to start imitating some sounds. If they are showing me that they can imitate sounds, then we'll work on combining those sounds. And of course, again, we're going to work on those objects and items that they request most frequently. So you might not get the whole word, but maybe you'll get an E for cereal. That's a step. Okay, so never get discouraged. Keep trying. Try to adapt whatever it is that you need to, whether it's the position of the symbols, whether it's the actual type of symbol that you're using. It doesn't hurt to just try. All right, so if you have any other questions, please do leave a comment. Let me know. I will try to help in whatever way I can. I was going to say something else, but I'll save that for another video. We'll I'll get there, okay? All right, take care.